so I get to put it on YouTube. So.
Yeah, back in Dust Springs was a lot more higher than it is now, I guess.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the Trailer Park Show with a brand new show, and I guess it's just the guys instead of...
The girls will be back later on.
I'm bright. I got to tell you that much right now. It's like, man, I'm really white. Is that a good thing? That's a big... Is that a good thing, though? All right, folks, well, welcome back to a brand new show. We've got, across from me, we've got the host, James Slowpokey Ritter. We've got Michael Cargill, owner of Central Texas Gunworks, and the main kahuna for Come and Talk Radio. We also have Adam Kahn from Cahnman's Musings. The one man,
amen.
The one man who has been spoken about most by the Democrats. Ooh. He is the most feared man in the Democrat Party.
Nice. Yeah.
Really?
Well, I mean, if you got Wendy Davis talking about you.
Oh, that's right.
Guys, if you guys do a search,
I forgot about that. Yes, she did.
You know, we're gonna do one of those most popular man.
Wendy, bless her heart, gave a speech last week at Princeton University, and
what up in the world?
During the campaign, there's a image that we use. It's Photoshop of. Wendy Davis, it's from when Miley Cyrus twerked on Robin Thicke at the VMAs a couple years ago.
That's a hot
And
hit.
it's Wendy Davis's head photoshopped over Miley Cyrus and Barack Obama's head photoshopped over Robin Thicke. And this is an image I've used throughout the last year and a half or so of the campaign, and honestly was never really planning on giving it any other thought. The campaign's behind us. But apparently, last week in this speech she gave at Princeton University, Wendy Davis complained about that image.
I don't know. I think she's a little excited about it.
Nice. You said that, not me.
Okay. You were mentioned.
Maybe just deep down inside, she was wishing she was in that spot.
You said it, not me.
Just putting it out there.
This is brought to you by Michael Cargill. Gunworks.
Just putting it out there.
And folks, of course, there's me. So, but it's great to be back again. You know, we had the women take over last week, and now
we did,
it's
and we
just
will
us
have
guys.
that up on YouTube probably by tomorrow.
Well, it's already up. It's already up.
It's already up,
It's
but I
already
have to
on
post it right. So did you tell them already?
No.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
We'll let you take care of that part.
Usually, it's a trailer park, so what do you expect? So it's a week late.
We'll get it.
We'll get it. They're up, and they will be up again. There's a variety of guests, including Dr. Rosemary Edwards, who said she'd come on with them.
Oh, nice.
And that may be this month.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
We're going to totally embarrass him because he said not to do it.
Oh.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gabriel. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Okay, well then.
We got to tell everyone what day your birthday falls on.
Well, I'm born on the 29th of February, so I have no birthday. So I tell my girl.
Not until next year.
Not until 2016. Yes.
Wow.
So every election cycle, when we vote for our president, we also get to celebrate my birthday. Which these past two cycles, I just wasn't happy for my birthday.
Well, I saw you on Facebook, and you look pretty happy with a 12-pack of
Well, yeah, that was
beer
birthday.
or something.
Well, that was birthday beer.
And I heard something about shots.
Shots?
Some shots, too?
There were shots, and I wasn't invited.
No.
Oh, I thought
You
you
didn't
were
have any
asking
shots
somewhere
in
where they gave you shots in between.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We did, huh?
Ah!
That's right. I'm sorry. It was the tequila that I was forgetting about. So you know how.
Must have been good shots.
Yes, they were.
I can blame Alzheimer's. You can't do that yet.
Yes, they were very yummy and very impressive. And I'll have to share the information with you guys later on. But it's a month. It's they do this every month at the restaurant that we went to, and you get a 4-course meal and a shot with every drink, or something tequila related with every meal.
Nice.
Yummy.
Oh, that also reminds me. I didn't get the info. International House of Pancakes has free pancakes tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Do they?
You do? You know that?
Yes.
It's sponsored by Shriners for Shriners Hospitals. You're welcome to donate. And Shriners Hospitals, we know, does do some great work with burnt and crippled children. And free pancakes. and I suppose I don't know if you have to donate before or after.
Yeah, you probably do.
He was going to send
probably
me some info, and I didn't get a chance to look at it because I was gone all day.
Well, we will take a look for that in just a little bit. So
Okay, anyway, the girls were on last week. We'll have their show up on trailerparkshow.com tonight or first thing tomorrow. They will be back. We're going to start doing that once a month. Peggy Roundabout, that was our guest last week. It was really good. And now we got Adam Cam because he's a certified witness for all things city and state government as well as UT admissions. Now you wrote that thing about UT admissions, and since then I went to I've moved up my reading to the Economist magazine, and well, I posted some things about that too. But anyway, I always was able to accept Joe Strauss, not the best but not the worst, but it was a little beyond my comprehension level, I guess you should say. So maybe we can start by you can explaining this.
Start by explaining the Joe Strauss connection.
Start by explaining the shenanigans
Okay.
in the UT admission
Well-
process and Joe Strauss's
Connection to it.
connection to it.
Okay.
Yeah, did that come out right?
Well, what has happened recently is that about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, the outside report that was commissioned to investigate it, that came out. That came back and was released publicly, and that's why this has been back in the news recently. What that report discovered is that while this has sort of been a wink and a nod practice for a long time.
Hold that thought. Back in the news recently, the only place I read about it is on Cam's Bucking's blog. Has it been in some other news?
Oh yeah, it was in all the Statesman covered it,
I
the
never read
Texas
Statesman, but
Texas Monthly, the local TV. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't read
So
the
it was
Statesman.
in
we
other
read,
news.
Yeah, we only read the Statesman when we run out of
forgive
toilet
my
paper.
apologies for breaking up.
they helped us kill the rail last year. They helped. Yeah, they helped beat the rail.
Well,
so
they're good for toilet paper.
I don't think they had a choice on that one.
well, I
Joe
mean,
and
no.
the
Ben
Bull,
Weir's reporting during that,
mean, even the
helped really
Democrats wanted
expose what a scam that was. Anyways,
Anyway.
getting back to the UT
Mhm.
stuff. So over a long time, but really over the last 5 to 7 years is when this practice has really blossomed and when it's turned into something it shouldn't be. The president of the University of Texas would designate about 300 students per year, take personal interest, put what are called holds on them. These are in response to inquiries usually from legislators, occasionally big donors, that type of thing. And the president will, at a minimum, track the application that this potential student had. If the student gets in under normal circumstances, fine, well and good, but there have been times in the past several years where outgoing UT President Bill Powers has been shown to have put his thumb on the scale for unqualified people to get admitted to the university, usually in connections with, like I said, donors, legislators, or members of the Board of Regents. As far as Joe Strauss is concerned, based on what we know so far, Joe Strauss and former Higher Ed Committee Chairman Dan Branch, who lost the race for Attorney General last year, were the 2 legislators who sent more letters than anyone else and were behind more cases than anyone else.
Was anything illegal in any of this? Just unethical for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the legal issues. I'd rather defer that
defer
question
that, but it
to
is
a
unethical.
lawyer. Oh yeah, it's completely unethical. It was. It's the university
Joe Strauss.
admits. I think what it was saying is about the undergrad class in any given year is about 7,000. And so if 300 to 350 people are getting specially tracked through this process, I mean, that's 5% of your class right there. Now, the university has said that in cases where underqualified people were admitted, they didn't actually take slots away. They just created new ones.
Even I'm laughing at this.
Yeah.
So that young lady that wanted to sue the University of Texas because she couldn't get into the school because they let other people in, she probably should go and
That,
sue Judge Strauss instead.
Actually, and I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of this, but I've seen something about this. That case, for folks, the UT was sued over its affirmative action policy, and it went before the Supreme Court, I think 2 years ago. That case may actually get reopened because of this.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Sounds like I need better friends. No, I can't
Well,
take it there.
well, it's like we said earlier. You know, membership has its privileges.
Membership
Yeah,
has its
it
privileges.
does. It does, and
And it's
you know,
been
this
going
has
on 4 or
been-
5 years, huh? At least.
well, no, it's gone on a lot longer than
Yeah,
that.
probably has.
But over the last 4 or 5 years, it has accelerated dramatically as Powers, it has Bill Powers, the outgoing president, under Powers, it has increased dramatically, and it has frankly become. I mean, there are some scenes, some excerpts in the report. It's called the Kroll Report about the admissions process that, honest to goodness, sound like they came straight out of The Godfather. I'm like you hear
Membership
the.
has its privileges. You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, the good news is that Powers is on his way out. Governor Abbott has nominated 3 people to the UT board. Unfortunately, they are they leave a lot to be desired. So it's
What do you think about this Admiral guy they put in?
you know that was such an interesting move that they made back when they made it
Am I
because
jumping too far to something, or you?
no. Well, what we're talking about is the way that the administration at the in the University Texas system. The University of Texas system actually has 9 campuses and 6 medical centers. So when people say the University of Texas, they usually are thinking, it usually implies the UT Austin, but there are actually 14 other.
Texas Pan Am.
Right, there's also 14 other component schools. So the president oversees the individual campus. In this case, would be UT Austin, but the chancellor of the UT system oversees all 15.
And that's that
so
Admiral guy.
what happened? Yes, what happened was that the
Can't remember
old
his name.
McRaven,
All right, yeah.
the old chancellor was a guy named Francisco Figueroa, and
Oh, him.
he was actually very, very
UT El Paso.
very helpful in starting to. This is all to backtrack a little bit more. This Wallace Hall is another member of is one of the members of the UT Board of Regents. He was appointed by former Governor Perry in 2011, and he is the one who spearheaded and started looking into a lot of this stuff and uncovering a lot of these unpleasantries. Since he, as Wallace Hall's investigation started to uncover more and more questionable behavior, Figueroa went from being an opponent to a supporter. He retired at the end of 2014, and the guy they brought in to replace him is named Bill McRaven. He's a 4-star admiral, former commander of the Special Forces units. At the time, he has basically taken every single liberal higher ed position you can take. He's against campus carry.
Yeah,
He's
so
for in-state tuition. And then on some of the other less publicly discussed, he's said he
there's a lot
doesn't
of
want
those.
to. He's very clearly signaling that he's not opposed to tuition increases
What do you mean in-state tuition?
for illegals.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's
Tuition
been very.
increases. I got to stop for a minute here. because I was reading in the economics magazine, tuition, the cost of a BA has increased something like 16 times over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And the point of the article was that middle class people ain't really got a chance anymore because you're going to wind up saddled with all this debt. Even if you do get a couple of things to pay for some of it, you're still going to wind up with.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
there.
it's true, and
We need to
the
bring
good
the cost
news.
down, not up.
The good news is that with a not exactly subtle behind the scenes indications from the governor, Austin has actually not had did not have a tuition increase at any point during Rick Perry's last term as governor.
Good for my governor.
Yeah, good. Higher ed was Perry's pretty much best issue. He was really good on that issue. Unfortunately, it does not look like Abbott shares Perry's interest in reform. Yeah.
Two different people.
Yeah, the regents
What you're
have.
saying is looking like we're going to have a tuition increase
This
session.
if right after they can do it in September, right after the legislature goes home. I would expect the if Greg Abbott's nominees for the UT Board of Regents are confirmed, I would expect a tuition increase in September.
Great.
I'd be willing to.
Why do they need more money?
They don't. They'll say that they do. I mean,
article I read said
the
fancy
University of
buildings
Texas is
Pretty secretary.
the second or third, I believe, wealthiest university in the country.
Oh, I believe it.
They don't need tuition increases. They don't need more money from the legislature. Furthermore, if you look really at where the problems lie, there are, I mean, I don't even know how many. I actually asked McRaven this at a Texas Tribune event about 6 weeks ago, and he didn't know the answer either, which
That's
I
'cause
thought was
for-
very revealing.
For one, they're a bunch of liars, and they sit back and they laugh at us, because when they request all these different funds, they're actually laughing about it because they're requesting way more than what they really need.
And they get it, or they have in the past.
Like the $39 million they say it's going to cost for Consilla Carry on campus in the next 6 years.
I didn't
Holy
even hear
cow!
that they
I bet we can do it for half that price.
they,
39
they
million.
said
Yeah,
that.
we can do that for half that price, easy.
It's going to cost them $39 million for Consilla Carry on campus. To
How
do
does-
what, I do not know.
Yeah, how do you figure on this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can we do it for half the cost?
Boo, UT administration. Yeah, they're just.
It's like $50,000 per gun.
Holy
Yeah,
cow, you
wow.
are in the right business.
Yeah.
Got to get on that contract.
I don't know how you keep all that shit in your head. Don't it get a headache or?
All the stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I read one of them Texas lawyer magazines and I get a headache.
That's because they say they don't think we can add. That's why.
Ah, goodness.
Go ahead.
No, I'm
Jay.
good.
I know
No, I'm
you,
good.
man, you were talking about your degree earlier, and where'd you get yours from? UT El Paso, or?
Yeah. I got I paid out of pocket for everything.
Sucker.
Well, no, it was either that or I wasn't going to qualify for financial assistance. So I had already gotten an associate's degree, actually two associate's degrees, and that disqualified me for any type of federal assistance. So everything came out of pocket.
Shit doesn't make any sense. It's like you're doing everything right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you're the one that ought to be helping. I would think.
True.
I mean,
but they have the guidelines, and of course you follow those guidelines. And if you
You
don't,
really don't get financial assistance. You get a loan, right?
no, you can if you
you
qualify for the Pell Grant, the
okay.
federal program, then yeah, you can you're good to go. But I had already gotten 2 associate's degrees, and that already put me out of contention. So, but those things happen. So I ended up working on making my payments and paid for school. Got my degree and got a $10,000 increase at work per year. So it was great.
Well, I, of course, have no idea about this kind of stuff. I know the admission process is, I think one of my boys, both my boys went to junior college for a while. Anyway.
One more thing, though, while we're on the subject of corruption at UT,
I'm sure we could go on for quite a bit about it if you.
as bad as this admissions stuff is, I actually think that the financial stuff that Wallace Hall discovered is way, way worse. From 2007 to 2012, the university, they had received, the Jackson School of Geosciences had received a gift from some company in California for some really expensive software that they got to use for free. And they received it as an in-kind contribution to the university. But in their financial reports, they listed it as a cash donation. And in 2012, and it's all out there, they had this happened in public. In 2012, the university had to write down their financial statements to the tune of $215 million. Now, even by UT standards, that's real money.
And they want more. And they want more from us.
Yeah. $215 million.
Well, UT is a sales point for the city, isn't it? I mean, you want your company to move to Austin, one of the things you say is UT's here. If you want your research done, I don't know how much it costs. I really don't.
They're not leaving. Cut the purse strings. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not leaving Austin.
Yeah.
And we can still sell them as
No, you don't need any more money. Take it from the football program.
Oh, what if they say, well, I'm not
Because the
going
basketball
to.
program sucks. We know that much.
Go over to
Football
the
program's not any better.
Well,
take it
they're
from
making money, though.
take it from the jersey sales. That's what you do.
Add $1 to each jersey. That'd be set.
Yeah.
They can make
Okay, I'm.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to
And
to
we
write
still
off.
got Joe Strauss.
We still
I was
They already got us. They got
neutral on until this.
they got Travis County to pay for the hospital.
Oh, that's right. They sure did.
Yeah, thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
they did.
Thanks a lot, Travis County residents.
Yeah,
thanks
Travis
a
County.
lot.
well.
I'm
Top
gonna.
one.
Can we move on to I love Don Zimmerman out there fighting bicycle lanes and stupid art in City Hall and
You don't like,
Yay.
you don't
I've
like the
been missing
cardboard
that.
man?
What's been going on in City Hall? I've
Well, you
been
don't like the
missing all of
cardboard man?
yeah, you've seen the cardboard man at City Hall, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen that cardboard structure that they have outside one of them out in the foyer, right next to the.
It's a
to
bunch
the-
of square chunks of
right next
cardboard
to the
stacked
rock.
up. It
Right
sort
next
of
to
looks
the-
like.
right next to the quote unquote marble rock.
Oh, the fact that they want to pay like millions of dollars for artwork.
Yeah.
That Mrs. Polky and I could have gone. We could have gone to boxes.
Well,
over
here she
18
comes. She loves this.
We could have spent $5,000.
You want me to
Or actually,
pull
we
it
could have
up on
gotten
our website
donations
for
from
you?
every store with the cardboard boxes.
Hey, I got.
And then
I
we
got
could've
free
built it for a
access to
six-pack of
cardboard
beer.
boxes. I work at a grocery store. I
Which
can get cardboard boxes at the wazoo.
It's
what you do is you call Nene and Shaquita and tell them to bring some some boxes over here, and we'll give them a couple of dollars. And they don't need millions of dollars to pay for sculpture.
I think this thing was like $5,000, and it's just a bunch of. You've seen it.
They look like. they look
did
like
you see,
human
though?
legs and bodies, but they don't have arms and.
I'll
heads.
tell you though.
Well, I was
What's
gonna hit
actually
you up
really-
for your opinion on the city council, why it's doing so far,
I'll
and stuff
tell-
like that.
I mean,
Is it too early
the
to
new.
tell?
I think you can safely say that the new one is light years better than the old one.
But still
No.
far behind the game.
Well, I mean, last week they,
Oh no.
in a 6-5 vote, they smacked down the environmentalists. No way the old Austin City Council does that, and the new one isn't. I mean, they're not going to be. They're not going to be everything we
I got
want
it
them
on
to
my-
be, but we're going to win some, and we were losing all before, so I think it's substantially better.
Oh, that's good. That's a positive sign.
Yeah, it was some zoning case, but the environmentalists were all trying to do some ridiculous thing with traffic in somewhere in Southwest Austin.
That's right.
And they failed on a 6-5 vote. And in addition to the 3 Republicans, you had Adler, Ora Houston, and Pio Renteria
Wow.
to make a majority.
You're gonna do like Pio.
Yeah, they need to seriously look into that traffic thing, the traffic situation. And I know trucks, I used to be a trucker. I was in the trucking business, so I know that, trucks, the highways are made for trucks. But our traffic is getting so bad here that we're going to have to figure out a way, to route some of that traffic around the city.
We've got it right over there on 130. But ain't no, you know as well as I do, I ain't gonna pay no $1.50 per axle every couple of miles.
No, and what they can do is they really can do something with 183. I think they need to focus on that because that can be widened. There's really a lot of room to work.
You can
with
take my
183.
suicide idea. All through trucks, use left-hand lane. Everybody else get the hell out of the way or ride at your own risk.
Yeah. Hey.
Haul ass. Have them down to
So now
go.
the city council action that they were talking about, was this involving the bikes? Where they were trying to allow them to ride in the middle of
The roads are not made for bicycles. Bicycles should be on the sidewalk.
Well, you're right, but there was
And I got a
there was a
gun.
call to action. Wait.
I'll see
You
you.
have a door that swings open.
Yeah.
That's what she wants to do all the
You know,
time.
accidentally
I'm
open
saying,
the door and then
Roads
the
are made
bike
for
open.
vehicles. Bicycles
insurance.
get on the sidewalk.
Pay a license tag like
Thank
we
you.
have to.
Thank you.
Make them wear helmets like we have to wear seatbelts.
Get an inspection sticker for your bicycle.
Yeah,
Pay
and pay
some
a
road
road use
usage
tax.
tax, and then I'll see you. Until then, get on the sidewalk.
This message is brought to you by Michael Cargill from Central Texas Gunworks.
And I got a gun.
Gold with diamonds. So was it involving that with the bikes? Because there was that call that they wanted to have the bikes go in between the cars so that they can get up front, and then they wanted to have an app for every bicyclist so that they can change the lights.
Yeah, it was some kind of thing so bicycles
Yeah.
could turn the lights green
Oh yeah,
when
they
they get
wanted to
there.
have an app so that they can
So
change
they
the
don't
lights
have
so
to
that
wait.
they have the right of way.
No, they don't. No.
It wasn't exactly that. It was if they get to a red light.
That's down there too.
I never seen that one. I believe it.
That's down there too.
We're looking at pictures of
I'ma
the
take-
city hall.
Go on out there.
It looks like the evil rabbit from the hood.
It looks like somebody did a gargoyle on drugs.
Somebody posted a sick bunny over at City Hall, folks, just so that you know.
Well, there's the hairy
Your tax
sheep.
dollars at work. I still like that big granite ball that's sitting out
Oh
there.
yeah,
that we
that's
could-
cool.
Well,
That's cool.
well, no, we
That's
could have
cool.
just,
Because it looks like a
picked that up.
geode. It looks like
But
a
we could have
giant
just
geode.
we could have just picked that up and get a whole bunch of paint and make it look nice and pretty, and make it out of cardboard and
Did it for half
we could have done a
price.
paper mache rock.
So basically, what we're talking about is how much money we're talking about for this artwork
Oh my
at
goodness,
City Hall.
The
The cardboard people was $5,000.
5,000. I thought it was more than that.
No, it's in. Oh well, here. Look, you can go back here.
But wasn't there
Hold
some artwork at the airport also? We're talking
yeah,
about doing some work at the airport,
scrap iron.
and they're going to pay some people from New York
Yes.
to do some artwork at the
But
airport.
we can get a whole bunch.
I
of
don't
people
know.
out
I
there.
want to
on. Here's the granite
build
wall.
a
It's kinda
gigantic
cool.
statue
I
of
like
Rick
that.
Perry at the airport.
That'd be cool.
I've always said
Okay,
that
wait,
one of my
wait.
long-term
Now, are you
dreams
are
is
you
to
talking about-
rename Austinburg ABIA Rick Perry International
No, are
Airport.
you looking at
Have Rick Perry out there like
pre-hipster
Big
or
Tex.
post-hipster?
Oh, definitely post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have Rick Perry like Big Tex outside the airport.
Exactly. No, one of my
Welcome.
long-term goals is to
Welcome.
rename ABIA Rick Perry International Airport.
That'd be nice. Very international.
Hold your breath for that one.
Yeah, I don't think
We
we
gotta,
need to go
folks,
there.
in order to
I
do
think
that, we
that's
gotta
gonna
change the town red.
Yeah, that's like that.
Well, no. First you rename Cesar Chavez Rafael Cruz Street.
There you
I
go.
want it
I'll
named
go
after
for
me.
that.
I want it named after me. I want a holiday for me. I'm telling you.
Rafael's more impressive.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I won't deny that one, but I still say that now that I've done the voter registration portion. I was able to get people registered to vote. I've done some outreach. If I die or when I die, I want to have a
Yeah,
holiday after
you're
me.
a community activist. That's
I'm a
right.
community activist. The only thing I haven't done is support unions. I want a holiday for me, but I want everybody to work that day, including the schools, because
Speaking of the union, have you gone by the CIO AFL
Yeah.
headquarters?
They're at by the Capitol.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't been by
Have you
there.
seen it
I
lately?
have.
Still under construction, right?
Yeah.
It's been under construction for about a year now, right?
Typical union work.
Yeah, right. They used to have. They had those signs up. This big, huge sign that said, this job is being done by union workers.
How long's that been up there?
Yeah, over a year. Well, they took the sign down now, and I asked the the lobbyist for the AFL-CIO, and I said, "Hey, what's going on with your building over there?" It's like, "Yeah, well, we're having some issues with permits and da da da." Oh, really? You don't say. You don't say.
You asked for it.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
what
man.
happens when you put certain people in office. And
Back when I could, in the day when I could still go to events undercover, I went to the Battleground Texas Christmas party, which amazingly enough, they actually did call a Christmas party, not a holiday party. So give them credit where it's due right
Well,
there.
that was how many
But
years ago?
2013.
That wasn't too long.
No. But that building that building is seriously run down on the inside. I was like, oh.
AFL-CIO?
Yeah. It's seriously run. I was like, wow.
But it's funny that they can't even get a project completed in this town, and that's the union headquarters.
Yeah.
They can't get a job completed.
Duly noted.
Hilarious.
Yeah, let's keep voting that way.
Maybe we can create. You know, I'm thinking maybe we can create a statue of that whole Wendy Davis Obama pose.
Yeah, they probably take that here.
And we can have it say, you know, the artist is.
Come here, Ma. What is it?
Actually, the artist was Chris Williams.
Yes, but if we kind of spruce
I
it
did
up
not
a little bit.
know. Chris Williams was the artist on that. Just,
Okay, but
just
if we-
making
if
just so
we-
that there's no
if we
that is
spruce it up-
stated in no uncertain terms.
You're not
True.
worried about liability or anything here, are you?
You-
Democrat trial lawyers, you know.
Well, we can
Oh!
we can kind of do the combination. We can say Chris Williams and Adam
Well,
Kahn.
I got a quick thought, that little announcement on last night's 60 Minutes episode.
You still watch
Who's
that
on
stuff?
it? Yeah, and who was on it? Texas #1, the guy who runs the Texas Democrat Party was on it. And he admitted
Steve
that he
Mostyn?
makes billions. Yep. He went to New York to help him sue for the hurricane damage up there.
Oh,
So he's going to make billions in New York. And
well,
he's the guy, yeah, Mostyn
they
and his
can
wife.
keep him.
They're not. They're going to come back to Texas and keep trying to buy everything here.
So just
I
you
just had
should
to
just
throw that in
stay
there.
up there. I came to.
Him and his
it's
wife
really
run
fun,
the-
fun
run
now
the
that you
Democrat
mentioned that. So a study came out very recently that ranked New York as the least free state in the country.
I believe it.
I just saw this earlier today, and I moved to Texas from New York 7.5 years ago.
What part you live in?
Manhattan.
Oh, Lord.
And all I got to say is that we can trade. You can have Steve Mostyn, New York.
He didn't say anything about his wife. I guess he's still married to her.
Maybe.
They're both
Wow.
trial lawyers, and you heard of ambulance chasers? These guys are hurricane chasers. And they did admit that he has made billions.
Chasing hurricanes. Wow.
And he runs the Democrat Party in the state. Him and
Well,
his wife and some guy from
I'm telling you,
Washington, D.C.
membership has its privileges.
Well,
God.
and they've done a really spectacular job.
Yeah,
of it
we
as
kind of
well.
like it too, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to write him off yet, but I saw that last night and I thought, what the hell is this? And then he had those boxes full of stuff. He's getting ready to just start suing the hell out of somebody. Probably to replace his depleted war chest from Battleground Texas financing, which kind of fell in their face for him.
Well, now they can try to
What, Ma?
take down Bibi Netanyahu.
No, I didn't see any of his
You
speech
didn't-
today or
Well,
nothing.
no, he's
His speech is
speaking
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
But no, you know that the guy who Obama sent to try to defeat Netanyahu was the same guy he sent to do Battleground Texas, right?
really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yes, the person the Obama administration sent to try to take down Bibi Netanyahu is Jeremy Byrd.
So what's he gonna do? How's he gonna do that?
Run the campaign
Because
for
the one
opposition.
place on earth where Barack Obama might be less popular than Texas is probably Israel.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I wish him all the success, all the same success he had in Israel that he had in Texas.
And the election's already when are the elections?
I think it's in
coming
like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
up? Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
yeah, I think it's in 2 weeks.
That's that. He's just gonna love that. So, what is he doing? Is he running the campaign for the other guy, or is he like trying to do his own battleground Israel?
There's like I think some third party group that they're technically running under the umbrella of.
Battleground.
Yeah,
Israel?
jump in there.
I'm not familiar with the organizational
Well,
structure.
I didn't mean to drift us off with this city stuff.
Yeah, you did. That's okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
You just didn't want to talk about bikes. That's okay.
I do because I really I call it. They need to go back to renegade style when they didn't have any of these problems. I didn't have no problem with them running through red lights when they did it renegade style. On the sidewalk, don't be looking for no special. Don't expect cars to stop for you. You ever see the way they look at you now when you go to turn right? And he's like, "This is my way. This is my right of way." No, it ain't. Get the hell. You're right. You got a gun.
I didn't say it.
And we thank you for
I
it.
can't get away with that, though. You see, I gotta
That
wait
is fair.
until the damn bicycle gets out the way. And I know Don Zimmerman has been giving them a lot of hell, and I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, because people are tired of those bicycle lanes. I don't care what they say.
How much did that one cost right over here?
These are people that are moving in from California. They're trying to change the way we do business here in Texas. They're trying to make it like California, and it's not going to work. And we're going to go kicking and screaming. So put your bicycle on the sidewalk.
Yeah, or on the edge. Don't.
Like they called me last year in that church in South Austin, the bike Nazi.
What? The back now.
They
hear
called
that?
no.
But when you ran, the bicycle
they-
lobby group in
in
this
church.
town used to have a lot
In a
of.
church in East Austin, they called me the bike Nazi.
Yeah, they have a lot of political power. They used to. And you know how it was. You had to go through all those little Democrat groups to get elected. On little forums, and bicycles was the big one. I thought they had that church downtown there they always went to. Right there, not far from the Capitol. That's where I went to one of their things at, and I thought, my Lord, these people are crazy.
Well, that's why Austin's the
The
biggest
people-
segregated town in the
And
country.
people at liberal churches are crazy. I frequently share those sentiments when I hear
So I'm not alone.
liberal pastors speak. It's like, okay, I'm not quite sure which Bible you're reading, or
Well, anyway, I didn't know if any of our city councils are going to take any of those exciting trips, like the one went to Holland to study bicycle traffic. Who was that did that last year?
oh really? I didn't know that. What's that?
What's that guy's name for Netanyahu?
Jeremy Bird.
Oh, wait, I found a picture.
Oh, that's not be good.
If my old lady said she found a picture.
There we go.
There it is, huh?
Very nice. I like it.
So
He
that's some
had
of
his
our.
own picture at the city of Austin.
No
Ah,
wonder
God.
John Zimmerman's all upset about the art. How much should we pay for that?
What else is going on in City Hall?
Anything you know about? Guess we can go on to state government then.
Yeah, I honestly, I just kind of, I usually read about stuff going on at City Hall after it happens.
I done bragged
Haven't
about
been
you.
paying.
You were an expert witness on the subject.
Well, I know the one thing I know, they were talking about, it was a couple weeks ago, they were talking about hazardous materials coming through Austin.
There's no way
And-
around it.
Well, they were
There
saying,
is.
someone came out and said that there's not that much hazmat that actually comes through Austin. Right, they
A
actually,
ton of it.
they actually fixed their mouth to say that.
Literally tons of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of hazmat that comes through Austin because
I'd probably
it's
say
coming
thousands
from
of
Laredo,
tons.
from Mexico, heading south, or it's going to Laredo. It's got to come up this way to get to Canada if they want to go to Canada. So there's a lot of hazmat material. So they were saying there's no hazmat. So I actually went online and I pull up this website where truckers actually go and book loads to pull up a load. And I pull up the hazmat loads that are coming, from Mexico or coming from Canada going to Mexico. And all I did was just pick two different cities, two different areas.
Yeah.
I didn't pick Wisconsin. I didn't pick, Minnesota or anything like that. I just picked, going to
Laredo,
Laredo, coming from Laredo. If I'm a truck driver and I want to go to Laredo, coming from Laredo, can I get a hazmat load? And there was a bunch of hazmat stuff. Where they're going to be driving straight through 35, through Austin. So, yeah, they're definitely full of crap. There's a lot of hazmat
So maybe
coming
that's
to
why I
Austin.
call it my suicide idea. Trucks use left-hand lane. Now you can't get in left-hand lane.
Now, does it give you like volume
You can,
on that site?
the weight
Yeah.
So it'll be maybe 45,000 pounds.
You should try McAllen.
Yeah, that's
From
another one.
McAllen to up here because
That's another
that's one of the other hubs.
A lot of stuff goes from Laredo to Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
on the outskirts of Dallas. You know, because you got Coca-Cola, you got Pepsi, you got the beer. You know, all those plants are in Dallas.
Yeah.
So all that stuff to make that stuff, the chemicals and everything you use to make that's hazardous materials. You know.
Hazardous materials going to my Coca-Cola plant. Yeah, I guess so. They use all kinds of.
Because you know,
So
I
who,
also they
who
gotta-
was it that said that? Do you remember?
I'm not sure because I actually got a call from a couple of people at City Hall about that, asking me about it. And so, you know, I told them how they can find out, you know, where, you know, go to the source, go to the trucks and find out where the trucks are getting their, you know, where they're picking up the loads from, you know. And so that's how we.
You gotta
that's
love
what
some of
we
the
went
ignorance. You gotta love the ignorance of some of the politicians, especially here in Austin.
Not that much, huh?
Dang it.
And then also, then I turned around and I went and I looked up. You can pull it up online. You can pull up hazmat spills. You know, hazardous material incidents. You know, and the
I think
majority,
that's
a
correct
lot
wording.
of them, yeah, a lot of them
Incidents.
happen in Texas, and on the roads, Texas roads. You know, so we're actually up there. You know, as far as, you know, incidents and stuff like that. So you just gotta look that stuff.
Where
up
else are they
for
going to
sure.
go? Get on the toll road out east?
Well, I mean, think about a lot of different states. What they do is they route them around. So what happens if there's a hazmat spill, and that leak goes into the aquifer? What happens then?
We'll probably all be enjoying our water.
We're effed. That's what we are.
Ah!
Yeah.
We're done. Done. Our water's done.
Yeah.
If it's certain chemicals, yeah,
We're
we'll
done.
be.
All it
Yeah.
takes is one spill,
Yep.
and we're done. And we don't even have that much water right now.
We've had some spectacular wrecks in this town over the
And
last
see,
decade or
if
so.
you go up to Pennsylvania, you go to some other different little states, they'll tell you, they have little signs and they will route trucks around certain
Yeah,
areas
they have.
because they do not want those incidents happening.
Dallas
you know,
has that.
in their water. Exactly.
Dallas has
They
that
will
route.
route
Any
you
town
around
that
that city.
has a loop has that.
We have such a major problem with water, but we're not, you know, taking
Yeah.
care of it. We're not even, you know, taking those steps to make sure that there's some kind of emergency, something
I
happens.
presume the fire
Hey,
department has.
if I was a terrorist, if I want to do something to this town or to the state of Texas, I will drive a truck straight through downtown and just wreck it and just roll it right into the
Get one of them
freaking lake.
Sullivan trucks and
Right into the lake.
Of course, you can't do that because you're conservative. You have to have a liberal,
That's the way to do it. And they're not taking steps,
lone
whatever,
wolf,
to
lone
protect this
wolf,
city.
gun-toting Christian
Whatever, yeah.
person that Acevedo can go and blame everybody else on. So
Yeah. Well, they're just not taking steps to protect
I
the
can't
city.
pick
Like
out my
they have
chief
no
guy. Come on
plan.
now. He's not that crazy.
Yeah,
is he?
well, they just
Yeah,
have no,
he is.
They have no emergency plan whatsoever to protect this city. No plan whatsoever. If there was an emergency today, what would the city council do?
Oxidizer spills.
Who's
What
in
happens?
charge? Where's the command and control
Fire
center?
department, I guess.
It'll be a cluster.
Right in downtown,
Yeah.
a
It
truckload
will
of
be a cluster.
oxidizer.
They have no plan whatsoever in place. So,
you'll have
Oxidizer would
Adler
be
say,
really
well,
bad all over the street.
yeah.
It would wind up going down the drain. You're right. It would probably wind up in
It's going to go right into the aquifer.
How
and
much
we're done.
oxidizer? Difference of what kind of oxidizer? I
We're
guess.
done. You think what is it? Fluoride is your problem? Fluoride ain't nothing on hazmat.
I
Let me
need
tell
a whole
you.
bunch of fluoride to get out of that problem.
Yeah. You're gonna need some fluoride in the water for real, man.
Bumping it down. Now you got me.
One truck. That's all it takes. One truck of 45,000 pounds of hazardous material. We're done.
This message is brought to you by Michael
And,
Cardios.
hey, look, Timothy McVeigh, whoever it was, that hit the federal building in Oklahoma City. That was a little small truck.
Yep.
Look how much damage that did. Let it spill.
Well, that was a bomb too. If you're talking about just spilling into the aquifer,
Right. You don't need that
You don't
much.
need that much.
You
yeah,
don't need that
a
much.
bobtail truck would be enough.
Exactly. You don't need that much.
And I
So
know you got the
they-
hot
they-
shot
they-
loads
they-
out
just
there.
gonna pick
They
'em.
got to get serious about routing traffic around this city. So
Yeah, an ammonia tanker could really do
that's all.
bad things
That's all I gotta say
downtown.
about that. Get serious about it, or we're gonna have to all move.
And the economic impact, that would shut down 35 for.
We're
What are,
done.
you,
day?
what are you talking about? A day? It's going to shut down the whole city.
Well, I'm
It's
talking
gonna-
about the economic impact. Because 35, that's billions of dollars
It's
in
gonna shut-
economic activity go up and down that road. None of it stops here.
How long did it take them to clear the area in Houston when it fell off that
Oh, that's right. They had a.
They had an accident outside of Georgetown today.
That was on
That was
59
Loop
and
610
Loop,
59 in
Loop
Houston.
610.
One came off the overpass and landed down there.
The
Immediately,
ammonia
whoever
truck,
was
that's
in the
right.
cab,
Killed a
their
bunch of
lungs
people.
shriveled up into walnuts in no time flat. But they did close down that area, but they had it cleared out within a day.
But
It was
still,
anhydrous ammonia they were carrying.
yeah, and that was all day to clear that up. That was years ago. And
Yeah, a
all
little
that
bit of
traffic
fertilizer
that
and
had to
boom.
be stopped. You know, if you don't get those loads down, that's another problem we got with the strikeout in California. More union stuff. You can't leave them ships with them containers dragging their hook out in them damn mud. You got to unload them and move them. Anyway,
Well, the good news, it may even have come online at this point, is that the Panama Canal, there's been a major expansion of the Panama Canal,
Chinese did this, yeah.
which is going to make the Port of Houston much more competitive with the Port of Los Angeles, and Texas is a right-to-work state.
Very good.
So you want to go ahead, unions?
I
You
did
want to?
notice they seem to dredge the damn channel or something. There's some giant
Well-
ships going into Houston now.
What do you think would happen if we succeed? We secede.
We have to join the G8 or whatever it is.
As far as
Oh, didn't some of the Republican Texas guys get busted down in Cali Station or something?
Oh well, I don't know. They busted in the room or something like that.
they did some, there was police, but I saw there's apparently
fingerprinted
more to
everybody.
that story
You know, I used to
than.
know all them guys, including the ones in jail. I'm the only one who went to their trial. I was a real idiot. I went out, you know, when they had that standoff in West Texas. I went out there to the first roadblock, figured I'd do something. Oh, who you with? I'm with the Militia News Network. That was the stupidest thing I could have said.
The militia news.
Yeah, I'm with the Militia News Network. I was a dumbass. I had it written all over my face.
Militia news.
They
Network.
tagged my butt like,
Probably still recording you today.
probably. Yeah, 'cause I knew the guy. The
Man,
only one I liked out there was the one that got shot dead.
I woke up this morning. I was watching this little interview with Edward Snowden.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, boy, he had me getting up, and I was putting tape over everything in my house. he freaked me out. I was
Oh,
like,
he's in a
"Man,
movie, isn't there?
let me
Fourth
put-
Man or something like that?
I was putting tape over little cameras on my laptop,
Yeah.
my phone, and man, when he went in, they were doing an interview in a hotel, and he got the computer to put in his password. When he put in his password, he covered his head with a towel over the computer, over his head, and covered it up before he would enter his password on the computer so no one would see. Because, he said, they could use anything in that room.
But in that case, they'll just know what you're.
And he was right about a lot of stuff. So he
Yeah,
knows, that guy knows
I've heard they
a
can use
lot
one
of stuff.
pixel on your TV set.
Yeah.
I used to tell my lady, let's give them a show. I mean, you know.
And
He said, oh, they're probably
because
watching.
it really, what
That's
he
okay.
said
No, we don't wanna
was,
see that.
he said anything could be turned around where they can use it to record you or videotape you.
I
The
believe it.
way technology is nowadays, they can use anything and go back and, and go out with it. It's like, wow, that was pretty scary.
You ever notice when your computer gets a little extra warm? Or your
Yeah.
cell phone gets a little extra hot? There you go.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was hot today, but I figured it was just my sister-in-law bitching at me or something.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. I recorded that so I can go back and watch that again because
Wasn't that a movie?
yeah, it's a documentary.
Fourth Man or something like that?
Yes, that's
it.
It came on
I
this
saw
morning.
just a piece of it.
Oh man, you got to see that. Let me tell you.
I don't know if they got to be shot or praised.
Yeah, well, hey, because of maybe what some things that our enemies have found out. But
Yeah,
but
maybe,
then you look at then look at what they're doing to us. I have a problem with some of that stuff,
Yeah, it's how far you go to.
especially when there's when you have the head of the NSA standing before Congress answering questions. So, does the NSA record citizens' telephone conversations? No, we do not. Does the NSA, he went down this whole list of
They
things.
recorded all of it.
Yeah, and he said, no, we do not. But that was a lie. It was a lie.
Well, I know about things like Project Echelon and all that kind of stuff, but that's old. Who knows what they got by now? That is one thing I do know about it. Is if you know about it, it's obsolete. So what he says is probably correct.
Oh, yeah. It is. Because you go back, there are a couple of things that have been, uncovered. some things that they did back when Kennedy was in office have now been declassified. You know, you're thinking, well, if they did that back then with Kennedy, then what stops them from doing that now and the way technology is now? So I guess it gets kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then with that Republic of Texas, you remember they had that standoff out there in West Texas? Mm-hmm. I'd been out there before it and during it. And yeah, I was stupidest thing to say when I got out there. I didn't know what to do, so I just went to the first roadblock and got out and told them. What, Ma?
Yeah, she did. She's just reminding everybody that she reminded Pokey of the how wrong he was to go ahead and say he's part of the Militia News Network.
That was pretty stupid, I guess.
But Adam, what else is going on at the Capitol as far as the
Let's not give them nothing else to.
right? What else is going on at the Capitol?
Well, apparently today Jonathan Stickland sent a letter to what's his name on the Homeland Security Committee, Phillips, to demand a hearing for constitutional carry.
Nice.
Right.
I saw that.
Right, I saw that too. Yeah. Now there's also
Now you got me worried about my computer.
you should be. There also was a
Turn my phone off.
little
Take the battery out.
interaction on the House floor between the Speaker and Representative Stickland as well. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yes, I did.
What was all that about?
So the two quote-unquote controversial conservative bills that Stickland has introduced this session, one is constitutional carry, and the other one is to repeal in-state tuition for illegal immigrants. Constitutional carry has been referred to the Homeland Security Committee, but 3 months after Stickland filed the bill, the repeal of in-state tuition still had not even been referred to committee. So Stickland, I believe it was last Thursday, took to the House floor to demand a hearing for it from the Speaker. And in the video of it, you can see the Speaker was not on the floor at the time, but he came out onto the floor
To answer this question.
to answer and
Wow.
took Stickland back, and then they had a meeting about it afterwards. So, with all things Joe Strauss related, you never you never know exactly what he's you never know you know that he will try to be an impediment if he can get away with it, but at a minimum you can annoy him. And sometimes when you annoy him about things constantly, he eventually lets them move.
And did you hear about Representative Pancho Panic Button Navarez about his finance report?
No.
No, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Is that our friend who gets
Yes.
scared and
And-
wants a panic button?
Right. There are about 20 discrepancies in his finance report.
that
There's
I'm not surprised at that.
a complaint's been filed with the Texas Ethics Commission. You hear about that?
No. Well, they can finally do
20
something
complaints
useful.
have been filed with the Texas Ethics Commission. They've all been accepted by the Texas Ethics Commission. And there's a discrepancy of some, I don't know, I think $15,000 or something like that. I could be wrong on that number, but it's right around the $15,000, $17,000 or something that's not accounted for on this report and stuff like that.
It's a nice party.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing about him that I find really fascinating is that if you look at his district, which I did maybe a
We
month
got
or
5 minutes, though.
so ago, he actually has a district that is this massive, massive rural district in West Texas. Among the cities that it includes is Marfa. That part of West Texas, and if you actually look in the district, Abbott came close to winning it, but I believe Patrick and Cornyn did. That is just too rural of a district to have someone who is that bad on the Second Amendment.
He's a party player.
So those people are probably not aware
Probably not.
that he's not really pro Second Amendment. He doesn't really care about the fact that, hey, I have a farm, I have this property, and I should be able to. I bet you those people want to open carry their handguns out there from property to property. And they don't know that their state rep is actually against that or not being for it. So maybe we should go out there come this next election cycle and let them know.
Oh, ever since I realized that, I think doing a march in Marfa is definitely in order.
All we gotta do is find somebody.
Open
to help
carry
run this
march.
thing and-
And you know
Open
they
carry
have-
march in Marfa.
And you know they have a great bar
Texas.
in Alpine, right? Like just a few miles down the road.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Great bar there.
I don't
At
know.
a
Y'all
hotel.
got me worried now because that's all where
You know, you got
Republican
Marfa- you got-
Texas
you got a
was. They were in
Marfa
Marfa jail. And the sheriff up there in Jeff Davis County is the one who loved me so
that's,
much.
That's the state rep up there. State Representative Pancho
I'm
Panic
gonna let y'all go
Button
do this one on your own.
Navarez. Pancho Panic Button Navarez.
You gotta love those people. So, real quick, Poke, Michael, if we
Give me
can.
that 3 minutes.
So you had an interview with Alan West.
Yes.
How did that go?
This past Sunday, we actually had a
Come and talk
chance
radio
to.
right there.
Yeah, we had a chance to interview Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. He's also a former congressman, and he's also the president and CEO of a think tank that's located in Dallas. And he's going to come to Austin, and he's having a dinner with the Austin Republican women on March 14th at 7 p.m. And if people want to get tickets to that, it's the AlanWestFoundation.org. You can go there and purchase tickets there, and it.
We
my
can't talk
bad.
about purchasing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Just go to Alan West
Just go to the
Foundation.
website.
Yeah, just go to the website,
take a
Alan
gander
West,
at that.
AlanWestFoundation.org. You can go there and find out information about the event. It's going to be a great event. That's it pushes the core values of being a conservative and those conservative values and stuff like that. So it's an awesome event. There's going to be a lot of great people there. So definitely come out and meet Lieutenant Colonel Alan West.
Nice.
There's some great things about him. He was a great man. He was actually been deployed several times. He actually was in a situation where they forced him to retire from the Army because he actually put his gun
Defended his troops.
Exactly. So it's a very great story, and he's a very great man and very passionate, and I think he's awesome.
And people can still hear the podcast?
Yes.
Or the recording of it?
It's
or
on
comment?
comeandtalkit.com.
We'll definitely have to share that podcast. That way people
And
can,
this is the week of Texas Independence. So happy Texas Independence Day. Because today is Texas Independence.
And for those people that are watching from where I work at, you guys should have got that extra credit. Dang it.
Today is Texas Independence Day.
gotta love it.
We're not going to get to go over the beat up the students bill I like for you.
That's okay. We'll worry about that one later on.
Yeah, because we only got like a minute left now. So, Adam, what do you want to say in a minute?
Your website?
Yeah,
Cahnman's Musings.
Cahnman.
do a search on that.
CAHNMAN''S Musings.
You'll find Wendy and Obama there.
The URL is actually long and there you go. It's
Thank you,
long
Bob.
and complicated, so you can Google it. Plus, that's
Conman.blogspot.com.
yes, there you go.
And if you want to, go to the Travis County Republican Party page, and you'll be able to see all the postings, which is the, what do we call it now? The Adam Kahn, Dave Null page?
Yeah, everybody's the only one that after something here every now and then.
All right, and we got Michael Cargill from Come and Talk It and Central Texas Gunworks. And folks, we've got we got a few more seconds left.
Now we got 10 seconds left, so we will be back next week. We will have the women's show on again once a month, and I believe we'll have Rosemary Edwards on. So check us out.
See you
Bye-bye,
next
folks.
Monday.